Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Rant Squad. I am the Water Dog. This is
Clint Jordan.
and this is
Menard.
and we are now going to do our fantasy standouts for you, brother. It's time for your fantasy football picks, brother. Which players are going to do it to it?
Since Kelly was lazy and didn't get them out last week for y'all, we apologize. You know, we
I was on vacation, but I'm going to take the hit because I didn't even get any fantasy standout picks. But let's look at the standings right now, brother. We got Brendan's in first place, got 16 points. And despite the fact that I don't even have anybody in the standouts, I'm still in second at 8, and Clint is in third at 7. So Brendan has been the master of fantasy.
Hey,
picks.
I would like to point out, if we weren't using your dumb scoring system and we're using, real like PPR, I'd hit the wide receiver 1 on like 3 of the 6 weeks. Just saying.
Hey,
I'm still
you
gonna
know
fish
the rules
it.
we decided.
I'm just being and complaining.
He was able to be happy.
Listen. I can deal with the fact that Brendan's winning.
He was okay when,
No, damn it! I hate to lose.
he had his moment, 6-0. He was happy. Now we got normal Clint ranking. Welcome to the show.
So let's do it, brother. Let's get our fantasy picks. We're going to start with the IDP. And Mr. Brendan, you are first, sir. Who you got?
Yeah, I think really just in this category, I'm always typically going to go with linebacker in this. And I'm trying to it's not really even off that far. I'm going to go Zaire Franklin versus Miami. I think they've got a really good game against Miami without having a real, starting quarterback. And I don't know. I feel like it's an easy 10 tackles just on both sides. So it's a safe pick.
All right. Clint, who you got?
I'm going a guy that's a star player in this league. But he hasn't had that game this year. Trayvon Walker, defensive line for the Jags, he's had a 3-sack game. Aiden Hutchinson, he had like a 4 or 4.5 sack game. Will Anderson Jr. just had a 3-sack game. Max Crosby hasn't had a 3-sack game until this weekend. And he's going to crush it. He's going to feast on the LA Rams line. Now, I do think it'll be a little harder if Cooper Kupp is back in the lineup because Stafford, will be able to get the ball out a little bit quicker. But I think Max Crosby is going to feast this week, and I just traded for him.
Yeah, that's not a bias.
Well, we're going to talk about that when we talk about that game because when we get to my running back, we'll talk about that. For me, I'm going to go defensive back because I know we're always picking.
I like that. We all win a different position.
I just think when you're picking, linebackers have the easiest path.
Well, because linebackers, a defensive team is set up so the linebackers can make the tackles.
Well, I think linebacker has the easiest path to win you this, but a defensive back has the easiest path to actually leading on a weekly basis because of a pick and a pick six and pass defense.
So I'm going to go with Paulson Adebo.
Man, that's another player on my team.
Man, it is, isn't it? He's had 4 double-digit games this season, and he's had 3 games over 15 points. And you know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to ride. They're playing against Denver. We got a rookie quarterback that he's going to be going up against. And you know what? The Saints need to win, man. They need to win in a bad way.
They need to win, and also, so I have the greatest comp. You know who Paulson Adebo is? He's the new Kareem Jackson. He's just bad enough you want to throw at him, but he's going to make the picks, he's going to make the tackles, he's going to make the defenses, but he's also going to give up the big play. So he's just bad enough you want to attack him.
All right, so there we go. We're going to the tight end position, Mr. Brennan. Who you got?
So in this game, I'm really looking at George Kittle to be the number 1 tight end against Kansas City. I think when you have a game like this, you have one player.
He likes Kittle.
He just took Kittle. Man, grow a pair.
This is bro, man.
Grow a pair.
It's not my bad that scheduling 2 weeks in a row works for this.
That's why next year I want us to do this and you can only pick a player one time.
Hey, Clint, you're trying to get 1 point on the scoreboard now.
It'd be a challenge. That's what we used to do in a pick'ems. We used to pick you only pick a team one time.
He's a mess when he's losing, ain't it?
Okay. But my point to taking George Kittle in this is in these kind of games, one player's really going to stand out. And I think it's going to be George Kittle. Okay. I think Debo can have a good game. I think Ayuk can, Mason can. Kittle to me is the more likely of those to have a big game. It's going to be George Kittle.
Clint, who you got?
All right, let me feel around for my package. Oh, it's intact, unlike others. I'm taking Brock Bowers, rookie tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders. I really like him. He's gotten a lot of targets. They're also, again, they're playing the Rams. I think there's a potential for a little bit of a shootout there. I think the Raiders need a win, and I think what's going to help them, Brock Bowers is the number one target in this offense. There's no doubt about it. He's got the targets. He's only gotten one TD on the season, but they just got rid of all the locker room noise. Devontae Adams is gone, and I think that's going to allow this team to focus. I think they're going to re-center. I really, really like Brock Bowers. I think he's got a legitimate shot to finish as the tight end one, with a chance we could have two rookie tight ends being the number one tight end 2 years in a row. I really like Bowers. There's a reason why, in my opinion, I thought he was the best player in college. For his 3 years, he was the best player in college. I think he's going to have a huge week. I'm thinking at least one touchdown.
There's going to be a big game out there, with Green Bay and Houston, and I just think there's going to be a lot of points on the board, and I think there's going to be some things. And you said it, and no, I said it too. He's going to say, "I said the Houston secondary." I think the Houston secondary has holes in the middle, and that's wide open for a tight end. And I'm going to go with Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft's going to be my guy. That's what I'm riding with for the tight end position.
I like it. He's had 2 up weeks and 1 down. Let's see if he can bounce back.
All right, let's do it to the running back. Mr. Brennan, who you got?
Who you got?
Who you got?
All right, hold on.
I'm telling you who I got right there.
No.
I always advertise.
I got Barkley.
Okay, then I will mark Barkley out.
Hold on, I want to guess. Who's your runner?
Najee Harris.
Oh, that's a pick. Thank you. That's a pick.
Now I'm mad when he's the number one running back in fantasy, saying I somehow stole the pick from him.
No, that's a pick.
That's all I want to make sure
That's a good pick. No, I like that pick.
Okay,
You really missed this one right. It's gonna be so
I like Barkley against the Giants. It's a revenge game, but I'm gonna make the case for Najee Harris. I had it written down here. Okay.
After me.
I didn't see your pick. Okay, beside the point. I think the Steelers are going to run this football, play great defense. I think Najee Harris will get the volume in this game. And so I think he has a lot of upside to be the number one running back. If it is Saquon Barkley, just know that technically I would have picked him first in this, but
I wrote it down at 10:30 a.m. this morning when I was supposed to be working.
So Clint's going to go with Saquon Barkley.
Yes. Okay. So as you said, it's a revenge game. Saquon's only had 1 bad game this year, and it was last week against the Browns. I think they are going to focus, just like in the Green Bay game. They focused. They said, "No, we're going to feed this dude. He's going to want the ball." Stephon Diggs, he got the ball against Buffalo. I think Saquon's going to want this ball. I'm thinking at least 2 touchdowns, and I think it could be more.
Okay. Well, you're going with Max Crosby in the IDP. You're thinking he's going to get a lot of tackles, but he's going to have to be tackling, like 10 yards ahead because it's going to be Kyron Williams. Because Kyron Williams, I think is going to be.
He's been good.
It's just going to blow it up. I just, the Rams also need a win, and Williams has played. He's probably outside of Derrick Henry has probably been the best running back outside of Derrick Henry. I think so. I mean, you have an argument for Saquon.
That's the only.
But Saquon has got a better offensive line. They've got much more talent that's floating around.
That's fine.
And the Rams are doing it all makeshift.
But yes, Kyron played well.
So Kyron has been the best player.
But that's
on that
also
team.
helped him play that well. Is that he has been the one thing left.
He's playing the best for the Rams, and I'm going to go with him. Here's my running back pick, brother. Let's do it. Wide receiver, Mr. Brendan. Who you got?
here comes more hate from Clint. But I'm going to take Justin Jefferson.
Oh, the best wide receiver in the game.
Look, this is my reasoning. Because I picked Minnesota to win this game. And if they are going to win this game, he will be the number one wide receiver. He will have a big game in order for him to win this game against Detroit. Sometimes you just got to go with the best.
I'll never hate you for picking a player on my fantasy team that I traded from you.
Clint, who you got?
No, you're not. That's the sad part. You're not.
I'm just messing with you. So I've actually got the wide receiver on the other side of the ball there. I really like Amon-Ra this year. I think he's had a couple of good games and a couple of really good games, but he hasn't had a great game yet. And something's got to give, and I think the passing game, I think that's where they're going to attack. I think Minnesota this week, I think they're going to focus in on stopping the run. I really do. I think that's your best chance to stifle Detroit is if you can get them off their rhythm with not letting them run the ball. Then that's your best chance to maybe not shut down the offense, but limit them. But I think Amon-Ra. I don't think Minnesota's going to let them get over the top with Jamison, and I don't think you're going to get the trick plays on Brian Flores. But I do think Amon-Ra will have a very good game.
You know, there are two things that have been proven to be the best friend for a quarterback. First thing, of course, is a running back. The second thing, it would be to play against the Carolina Panthers. And that's why I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. And I just think that that's what it's going to be because it's like quarterbacks have had good games against them, and the receivers have had good games against the Carolina Panthers. And so if you've got a quarterback going against Carolina and starting, so definitely start the quarterback and the receivers going against Carolina. So we're going to go with Terry McLaurin. Quarterback, Mr. Brendan, who you got?
So it's this quarterback position. I'm going to take Lamar Jackson versus Tampa Bay. There's a reason I didn't take Derrick Henry at the running back. I know as much as Clint would love to see that. Because Lamar Jackson in these shootout games puts up big numbers. He gets the touchdown. Generally in these big shootout games, whether it's running it, throwing it. And so I just think it's Tampa. It could be a shootout. And if it does, Lamar Jackson's the number one quarterback.
What?
Lamar.
Oh, yeah, both going in the same direction. Well, I'm sticking with my philosophy. I'm going to go with Jay Daniels.
That's a great pick.
I'm going to
Stacking. I like it.
Right,
No,
so
I like the stack. I just couldn't make a decision with the Baltimore, because I feel like Bateman could go off, Flowers could go off, likely. I couldn't make a decision, but I like yours. I like yours a lot.
Folks, that's all we got time for, brother. Absolutely. We're the Rant Squad. I'm the Water Dog. This is
Clint George.
This is.
Brendan Norton.
And guess what? We are out of